Fashion to me is a way of making your dreams come true. My name is Shane Nolan, I'm 21. I'm in my fourth year on the BA Fashion at the Limerick School of Art and Design. I grew up in County Carlow in the countryside. It was a very organic upbringing. Growing up, I was quite a quiet child. I suppose mom tried to bring me to all like football practice and everything. It wasn't really for me, and then she brought me to art classes in the local village, and I kind of started my creative journey, you could call it. At home, there's photos of me as like a little kid, 5'6", going around dressing up, running around the house. So that was kind of funny to look back on now. Sort of in school then, I brought up with my art teacher that I wanted to go to art college, and she kind of was like helping me find my interests and what I really wanted to do. There's definitely a time when you're growing up that you just like kind of want to fit in with people and just like be one of the lads, but you kind of have to trust your instincts as well and just kind of be like, no, I'm not really bothered, and I'm kind of just going to go my own way. And that kind of developed more as I came to college and finished school, so kind of lucky for that as well in a lot of aspects. There's a lot of la-di-da about fashion. It's definitely not what people expect it to be. It's quite a rigid industry. It's definitely improving a lot. For me, I love like an organic process, kind of going into it and being able to express your opinions and sort of create this whole world that's not real, but it's able to be expressed through fashion, and then you can bring the viewer in and let them experience your mind, I suppose. I'm in my final year on the BA Fashion, currently in my last few weeks, so I'm like well deep into my graduate collection. It's pretty intense at the minute, but yeah, I'm sort of loving what I'm doing. It's very me, and yeah, it's quite fun. So my graduate piece is inspired by a dream I had as a kid. So I was looking back at my old diaries of when I was younger. They're definitely original, but the one I'm kind of honed in on for my graduate collection is a dream I had about Michael D. Higgins dancing in the Ars, like Ars in Tron. So I kind of tried to conceptualize it and modernize it into this whole world that can be brought into a collection. It started off being partying crazy with the girls, and then we ended up getting followed, so Michael D. Higgins came and saved us, and we had this big party with Michael D. Higgins and the Rs. So then I kind of honed in on like Michael D. Higgins and the Rs, and it's kind of turning into this sort of utopian world, the Studio 54 kind of craziness. So like from here I took elements of like the lapel. She's got a shawl collar on her coat, and then sort of bringing that in here. So like revert back to her classic tailoring. Then there was a lot of influence taken from Studio 54 and the whole area of the 70s and their crazy ideas. So I sort of started to collage these ideas together to conceptualize, I suppose, the dream and bring it into the ideal that it is. That's probably the hardest part, I'd say, trying to come up with a concept. But once you have a rough idea, so say with this collection, it started with the dream, but it's been like everywhere. It's went through like queer culture, dancing culture, loads of different areas to finally come to what it is now. So it's developed a lot since it started. So yeah, I'd say just start anywhere and it can go anywhere. It's quite like a free method designing. So today we're shooting my remake project in Limerick School of Art and Design, and we're in the studio. At the minute, I'm probably influenced a lot by classic tailoring, and I'm taking it back to the 70s and sort of manipulating 70s style silhouettes to become a more modern spec. So working with that, it's quite a big, I suppose, influence on me. And as well, my graduate collection, there's a lot of focus on Studio 54 and these wild, crazy garments flying everywhere. Thierry Mugler is definitely a big inspiration to me. He had like a mind that was really crazy, but he was able to transform it really well into his work. Photographer Tim Walker is quite inspiring. His work is like out of this world. It's so cool. My plans for the future, I definitely need to get more experience in the industry. There's a lot to learn and I'm quite eager to learn at the same time. Yeah, in the long term, I would love to work in the area of art direction / creative direction. Definitely more opportunities abroad. There's a lot more going on, so say like I was living in London for summer and there's a great atmosphere and a sort of drive there as well, and there's a lot more people in the fashion industry, and yeah, it kind of pushes you to do more than say in Ireland where it's a little bit more restricted and there's not as many people working in the whole area. The future of the fashion industry is, I'd say, looking very bright. Compared to like early 2000s, it's definitely come a long way. Like Alexander McQueen have brought it along quite substantially. So then leading on, I feel like the more figures that come into the industry, the better it can get, and that's all you can really ask for.